Hello Junior 4 students, how are you? This is your time in the science class, as now we will take a quick revision on Concept 2 Unit 3. This is me, Shaimaa Hamdy, and you are watching the Big Sister channel. So subscribe, like, share, and press the bell button to get all the new notifications. As our revision will include write the scientific terms, also give reasons for questions, and what happens if. Now, this is part 1, which concern about questions for lesson 1, 2, and 3 from Concept 2, Unit 3. Okay? First, we have write the scientific term of each of the following. We have first question. It is the main source of most forms of energy on the Earth's surface. So, we know that the main source of most forms of energy, yes, what? The sun. Okay? So here, it is the main source of most forms of energy on the Earth's surface. This is the sun. Okay, we have here the second question. The form of energy that is produced as a result of burning wood and coal. So here, the question asks about the form of energy that produced when we burn wood or coal. So here, this is thermal energy. Yes. Here we have another question, which is important because it came in last year exam. Okay. So the question, it is any substance which produces thermal energy on burning. What is the substance that produces thermal energy when burning? Yes, we call this fuel. Yes. Okay. Let us move to the next question. The matter that produces steam on heating, which is used to turn turbines in electric power station, or may, instead of electric power station, we may use the name power plant. Yes. So what is the matter that produces steam on heating, which is used to turn turbines in electric power station? We need here to revise this part. As you see here, the fuel is burned and produces what? Yeah, thermal energy that heats the water. Yes. So here, this is a matter that is heated, okay, to produce what? Steam. And this steam go through pipes and causes what? The turbine to move. And here, the thermal energy is converted into kinetic energy in the turbines. Yes? And after that, this kinetic energy causes what? Yes, the generator to turns on, yes, and converts this kinetic energy into electrical energy. So now we revise how the electrical energy produced, or how we use fossil fuel to generate electricity. So back to our question here, the matter that produces steam on heating, which is used to turn turbines in electric power station. Yes, this is water. And we have another question. The device in electric power station that converts kinetic energy into electrical energy. Yes, this is clear. This is the generator. Okay. Okay. So very good. We just finished this page. We will go to another page, as we have here also write the scientific term of each of the following. Natural resources of energy that take a short period of time to be renewed, okay, to be replaced. It takes a short time to be replaced. It replaced quickly after we use these resources. So it's clear that is these resources are the renewable resources of energy. Yes. Okay. Here we have another question, which is the opposite. As you see here, natural resources of energy that take a very long time or a very long period of time to be formed. Yes, we know this is the non-renewable resources of energy. Yes. Here we have another question, number 3. It is a form of biofuel that can be made from some types of plants such as grass and wood chips. Yes, let us revise this part. As we know that we mentioned that corn, wood chips, and grass are biofuels that can be used to make what? Liquid fuel. So here the answer, it is a form of biofuel that can be made from some types of plants such as grass, wood chips, or corn. Okay, so this is liquid fuel. Okay, here we have 3 important questions, okay, that I put red dot, okay, on them. First, they are fuels that were formed from remains of dead animals and plants under the Earth's surface. So here, the remains of dead animals and plants under the Earth's surface, these are, yes, fossil fuels, okay? But if it is like the next question, it is a form of fossil fuel that was formed from remains of dead plants under the effect of extreme heat and pressure. So what is the fossil fuel that formed from the dead plants? Yes, this is coal, and this is very important, okay, because it came in exam last year, and to differentiate between the coal and oil. As you see here, the next question, it is formed of fossil fuel that was formed from dead marine animals. So this is what? Oil. Okay, so as you see here, coal is formed from the decomposition of remains of dead plants, and oil and natural gas, okay, oil and natural gas formed from the remains of sea creatures or dead marine animals. So this is very important. Coal formed from the decomposition of the remains of dead plants, but oil is formed from the decomposition of dead marine animals or dead sea creatures. Okay, we can use this name or that name as dead marine animals or dead sea creatures. Okay, with this we are done this page. So well done, Junior 4 students. Now we will go to another page. We have here 2 questions. Write the scientific term of each of the following. The type of fuel that is used inside electric power station produce electricity. So what is the type of fuel that used inside electric power station to produce electricity? And we know we can say electric power station or power plant. Okay, so what is this fuel? We have 2 types, yes, biofuel and fossil fuel. And we studied that the fossil fuel, yes, used to generate electricity and to operate cars or the mean of transportation. Okay, so here, as you see here, again, because this part is very important. Okay, so here the fuel that used to generate electricity is fossil fuel, and as the fossil fuel is burned, so the water is heated and steams produced, and this steam go through pipes causing the turbines to move, and the thermal energy is converted into kinetic energy, and this kinetic energy turns on the generator, and generator converts this kinetic energy into what? Electrical energy that go through the wires and we can use them at homes and to operate devices and all this. Okay, so here we have the last question. The device in the electric power station that produces kinetic energy to operate generators. So what the device that produce kinetic energy to operate the generator, to make the generator turns on? Yes, turbine. So here the answer is turbine. So well done, Junior 4 students. Now you will answer another type of questions which are give reasons for. Okay, here we have the first question. Give reasons for the fuels are important for all means of transportation. Yes, it's clear that the fuel, when it is burned, so it produces thermal energy that is converted into kinetic energy and causes the means of transportation to move. Means of transportation are all vehicles, as bus, train, cars. Okay, all of these we call it means of transportation. So we can't simply write the answer as we tell the story, what happens to the fuel and how this makes the vehicles, the mean of transportation, move. As we start by, because the fuel is burned inside engines. Okay, inside the engines. Why? To produce thermal energy, and that is converted into kinetic energy, which causes the mean of transportation to move. Okay, I hope this easy for you. Now we have another question. Give reasons for sometimes the fuel indicator of a car goes down. What the meaning of goes down? As to show that the fuel runs out. The car is empty from the fuel. So this is the fuel indicator as you see here, and the expression goes down as you see here. The indicator shows us that the tank is empty. Okay, so why this happens? Because the fuel in the car's tank runs out. Okay, so this is the reason, because the fuel in the car's tank runs out. So we have here another question. Give reasons for gasoline is burned inside a car engine. Why? I think this is pretty easy. The answer: to produce thermal energy that changes into kinetic energy, causing the car movement, or causes the car to move. Okay, so to produce thermal energy that changes into kinetic energy causes the car movement. Here we have another question. Give reasons for water and wind are considered as renewable resources of energy. We know what? That the renewable resources of energy, the resources that can be replaced quickly after they are used, after we use them. Okay, so if here the question about water and wind are considered as renewable resources of energy, so the answer is because they can be replaced quickly after they are used. Okay, because they can be replaced quickly after they are used. Here we have the opposite. Okay, give reasons for coal and gasoline are considered as non-renewable resources of energy. We know that the non-renewable resources of energy, they are used at a rate faster than they can be renewed or replaced, or they can't be replaced as fast as they are used. because they take millions of years to be formed. Examples for the non-renewable resources as coal, as gasoline, as natural gas, as oil, all of these are non-renewable resources of energy. So the question here, coal and gasoline are considered as a non-renewable resources of energy because they are used at a rate faster than they can be renewed or replaced. We use them faster than they can be formed, okay? Or in another words, we can say because they can't be replaced as fast as they are used. You can choose any of these answers to express the meaning, okay? Okay. Here we have an important give reasons for question, okay? Using wood from trees as a fuel has a negative effect on environment. We know that the wood is a type of fuels that called what? Biofuel, okay? And we know when we cut more wood, this causes a negative effect on the environment. Why? As if we cut more and more trees, so this causes a thing that we know, deforestation, as the forest has no trees, okay, and the plants can't grow as fast as we cut the wood, okay? So we can simply answer this question as because cutting too many trees leads to deforestation, okay? I want you to know this word, deforestation. We can divide it into syllables as D, E, then we have F, O, R, for, D4, then we have E, S, T, ist, deforest, then we have the long vowel of the letter A, deforeste, then we have the last syllable which is tion, T-I-O-N, pronounced tion, okay? Here we have give reasons for generators are important in electric power stations. Why? Because they convert the kinetic energy into electrical energy. Okay, let's move to the last question. In the give reasons for, we must turn off light that we don't need. Okay, or maybe another question here, we must unplug the devices when they aren't needed or used, okay? Why? To conserve the electricity. To conserve the electricity. With this question, we finish the give reasons for questions, okay? So now we will go to what happens to or what happens if, okay? As first we have what happens to the car fuel indicator if the amount of gasoline in car decreases. We know the car fuel indicator. What happens to this car fuel indicator when the amount of gasoline in the car decreases? Okay, so the fuel indicator will go down. I want you to keep this expression, will go down. So we have here another question. What happens to the car movement if the fuel runs out? Yes, what will happen to the car movement? Yes, the car movement decreases until it stops. Okay, so the answer here, the car movement decreases until it stops. Here we have another question. What happens if people increase using wood of trees as a source of energy? What will happen? Yes, it leads to deforestation, which causes negative effects on environment. Or we can say it causes deforestation that has negative effects on the environment. Okay, So you must mention that this will make deforestation and this has a negative effect on the environment. Okay. What happens if the remains of dead living organisms are buried under the Earth's surface over millions of years? Here you must focus the remains of what? Dead living organisms. So this is about fossil fuel. Okay, so the answer here, they are converted into fossil fuel, or they turn into fossil fuel. Okay, here another question in this point, as what happens if decomposition of the remains of marine or sea animals under the Earth's surface? So here about the remains of marine animals. So this is the formation of what? Yes, formation of oil and natural gas. So the answer simply, they will form oil and natural gas. Okay, so if the question was what happens if decomposition of the remains of dead plants under the Earth's surface, so here we are talking about the remains of dead plants. So this is the formation of what? Coal. So they will form coal. Okay, focus in the remains of living organisms at all, or remains of dead sea animals, or remains of dead plants. Okay, what happens if a generator that is connected to a damaged turbine in an electric power station? This is a very good question. So if the turbine is damaged, so what will happen for the generator? Yes, the answer, turbine can't produce kinetic energy. Okay, so the generator will not turn and will not generate electricity because there is no kinetic energy. Yes, so again the answer, turbine can't produce kinetic energy. So the generator will not turn, will not operate, okay, and will not generate electricity. You know why? Because the generator need kinetic energy from the turbine to be operated and to generate electricity. So if the turbine is damaged, this will not happen, as the generator will not turn and will not generate electricity. Here we have the last question we have. What happens if the movement of the turbine, if the water in the electric power station or the power plant isn't heated? So what will happen? Yes, water will not produce steam because it isn't heated. Okay, so the turbine will not move because you know that the turbine moves by the steam. Yes, so the answer here, water will not produce steam, so the turbine will not move and will not produce kinetic energy. So with this question we reach to the end of this part of the revision. Yes, so see you next video in the second part, and thank you for watching me. Goodbye.